Alright, so Luffy vs. Kaido is finally about to be over, and we finally get to see Kaido's backstory, and it's crazier than you think. Alright, so at just 10 years old, we get to see Kaido, and he's looking exactly as we expect, bro. He's walking out of an explosion, and he is the strongest soldier in the whole kingdom. This dude is a menace, bro. And remember, this nigga is 10 years old, no devil fruit, so that means no dragon skills. He's just a menace on his own. Probably has something to do with the fact that he's an Oni, right? We get to see Kaido, and he's disrespecting the Celestial Dragons, and this is really good for Kaido's character because it shows why he thinks the way he does. Why Kaido understands that in this world, there are the strong and then there are the weak. Because Kaido knows he could destroy these guys. Just like Zoro almost killed that Celestial Dragon. Kaido knows he could destroy these guys, but the difference is they have way more power because they have the world on their shoulders. They have the world following their rule, the world government. So Kaido can't do anything to them, and that's real power. Kaido comes to a place called Vodka Kingdom, which is why Kaido is an aggressive alcoholic. You know, I think Oda definitely named this island Vodka on purpose. You know, it's dope how Oda drops little details like that in the story. It's pretty cool, right? Anyway, we learned that Kaido's kingdom is so poor that they can't survive without winning wars and paying their heavenly tribute to the Celestial Dragons. So basically, if they don't pay taxes to the Celestial Dragons, then they lose their human rights, which just goes to show how corrupt the world government is. This is the reason I hate the Marines so much. Out of all of them, I think I respect Ikiji, Fujitora, and Garp the most out of all the Marines. The rest of them are just dogs, and they follow the orders of the Celestial Dragons, and I think we all know they're not good people. And they act like they're bringing justice. You know what I mean? Akainu, for example, he's a great character because he fulfills his purpose to the story perfectly. I just hate him as a person, even if he's well written, because he's just a dog. But anyway, moving on. The king of Kaido's country is basically telling Kaido that if he becomes a Marine soldier, their country can join the Reverie. So the Marines are essentially using the benefits of the Reverie to convince the king to give up Kaido. And just like the stud that he is, he tells them, no, I ain't with that, and he escapes, which then gives them a bounty of 70 million berries, which is even higher than Luffy and Zoro when they first, got their first bounties. And you gotta remember, this guy, Kaido, is 10 years old. So we got an answer to part of Kaido's introduction. It was stated that the Navy and his enemies captured him 18 times. So some people use this to downplay Kaido, but now we know Kaido was literally letting himself get captured because he was hungry and then escaped once he got full. He did this over and over to the point where he was basically using the prison ships as a cafeteria. You know what I mean? And at this point, we cannot act like the Navy was strong enough to hold Kaido. They were not. He just said nah and just escaped. And also, I assume they weren't sending admirals after Kaido because he wasn't that strong at this point. I don't think he's as strong as an admiral at this point. I think he's pretty strong though. Like, he's definitely a commander level threat at this point right now in the story. And he's only like 10 years old. Kaido gets the full elite and he's 15 right now. And he's rampaging, destroying the Rocks Pirates. The Rocks Pirates are just getting bullied right now. And this dude, Whitebeard, Shirohige, pulls up. He's like, yo, you want to join the gang? And Kaido's like, what's up? I'm with that. And he joins the Rocks Pirates. So this is why Rocks wanted Kaido to be his apprentice, because even at an early age, he was welcomed as one of Rocks' strongest pirates because Kaido is just a beast. So people really gotta stop downplaying Kaido. That's just my opinion. I love Kaido as a character, and I think he's like top 5 of all time, and Kaido's just a GOAT. But anyways, yeah. Now we see a younger Big Mom telling Kaido to hurry up and get to God Valley with her. And then we see people talking about Rock's crew being defeated by Garp. Big Mom seems to have been abandoned by Kaido. Chances are she gave him the dragon fruit, which we know that she did give him after God Valley fell. She told us that in Wano, so she probably gave him the fruit and he used it to fly off and get away from her. So, Alright, so we didn't get any real info on God Valley, and we kind of only learned about Kaido's past, but this is great. This lets me know that Kaido's the best One Piece villain of all time we've ever seen so far, ever. Like, ever. A lot of people would give that role to Dofi. I think Dofi is a great villain, and he's in my top 3. But Kaido, in my opinion, is better than Dofi. His backstory is without a doubt better than Dofi's, in my opinion. I feel like Kaido was in an unfair, corrupt society that made him like a mule. Like the Marines wanted him because he was just like strong, and the kingdom was just gonna give him up because he's just a piece of property to them. And Rocks wanted him just because he's a strong ass pirate. You know what I mean? And Kaido eventually realized that. And I think that it shows why Kaido is the way he is. And when it comes to Dofi, he had a pretty good backstory too. It was pretty like, damn, Dofi is evil. But really, Dofi was just a celestial dragon who was mad because he couldn't get any more slaves. So let's I don't even know if we can compare their backstories, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I like Kaido's backstory a lot better. But anyways, that's just my opinion. It don't really matter. I feel like we're now starting to get a deeper understanding of Kaido. Why is he so hell-bent on strength and, more importantly, honor? Why is Kaido so honorable? Yes, I know that sounds weird because he enslaves people for a living, but what I mean is that in battle, he is honorable and respects people's strength. He respects Whitebeard and Roger's strength, even though he hates Whitebeard, and presumably he hates Roger too because Roger was one of his enemies, I guess, because they did say Kaido challenged the 4 emperors, and I don't know if there were 4 emperors before Kaido, but I would assume they're talking like Roger, Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Shanks, and Shanks probably. Anyways, moving on. When Luffy got distracted by CP0, Kaido was traumatized because it reminded him of his battle with Odin. He doesn't like to win when he cheats, or when he wins by cheating, or when someone interferes, for like the most part. And even had a chapter titled "Winners Don't Need Rationalizations" because he does not want to win in a cheap way. He wants to prove his strength. We see that Kaido is telling King he wants to bring the world into war, even the nobles and people of high status, that sort of thing. I think that Kaido feels like while the nobles sit there and, you know, they're being all noble and stuff, he and the poor people gotta go and do hard work and pay some sort of heavenly tribute. And it's pretty unfair, so I understand Kaido's motivation to wage the biggest war the world's ever seen. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. The CP0 agent is just jumping away. The one that survived, by the way, he's jumping away from the island using Geppo, and he's running away from Luffy versus Kaido, which is actually over now. We get to see Luffy just barrel Kaido into the ground, and it is epic, man, because it means that Luffy has finally beat Kaido. The only weird thing is we didn't see the confirmation that Luffy won. Every other Straw Hat has given a confirmation. I don't know if we'll see Kaido's awakening, but it looks like Kaido is finished either way. Now what's next for the Straw Hats? Is Kaido actually done? Will Luffy go and save Sabo? This is gonna be the craziest like version of One Piece after Wano, bro. The arcs after One Piece are gonna be crazy because what other pirates in the sea besides the Yonko and maybe some of the warlords can give Luffy's crew some trouble? I don't see any of that happening. Like, Luffy's crew is ungodly now. He has a Yonko crew on his hands right now, bro. Zoro's going to 1 billion, Sanji's to 1 billion, Jinbei has to be to 1 billion, and Luffy, he's going to 5 billion, bro. Put 5 billion in the comments for my boy Luffy, bro. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.